Welcome into Game Day Live. Casey Phillips here with senior writer and editor Scott Smith, and this is our first of 3 pregame shows we have coming to you from inside Raymond James Stadium as Monday Night Football is here in town. Your Buccaneers are about to take on division rival New Orleans Saints. Scott, I know there is a lot to talk about with this matchup, as there always is. For now, let's start on the defensive side of things here, and particularly the sack game. What do we see from these two teams, and particularly the Bucs, and what they've been able to do producing sacks this year?
Well, Casey, this is actually more of a note about offense and defense, and they often say that games are won in the trenches. The Bucs are in a tight spot at 5-6, right? But if there's one thing you want to hang your hat on, is that they're winning the battle in the trenches. When you talk about the amount of sacks that the Buccaneers defense gets and the number of sacks that the Buccaneers offense allows, it's one of the best differentials in the league. And if you look at that stat up there on the board, look at those teams. They're all big-time playoff contenders, right? The Buccaneers right there, number 2 in the league behind Dallas with a plus 19 sack differential. I think that's a good place to start when you want to be optimistic about what's going forward.
Now, I know also a lot of the Bucs rookies have been thrust into some pretty big roles this year, and one guy that has definitely gotten some attention but maybe is in a position that doesn't ever get quite as much is punter Jake Camarda. Tell us a little bit about what he's been doing and what kind of a role he's been playing on this team that doesn't always get as much credit as it might need.
Well, the Buccaneers used a 4th-round pick on a punter, right? Was that a good move? Sure seems like it so far. Jake Camarda just had one of the best months a punter has ever had. Best gross average for a punter in a single month with over 17 punts. And in terms of the Buccaneers' history, as you can see up here, he might break all the records in his rookie year. Gross punting average, he's got it. Net punting, he's close. And he's already more than doubled the number of 60-yard punts in a single season by a Buccaneers punter. He's having a great year, and it's making a difference for the Buccaneers.
Well, we always close out this first pregame show with our 2-minute drill. That's where I hit you with as many questions as possible in a 2-minute time span. So let's put up that clock. And here we go. How many interceptions do you think the Bucs are going to force this game?
Well, the Bucs haven't had a lot of picks, but 5 of their 11 takeaways this year have been against the Saints. I think we get 2. I'm thinking Logan Ryan, just back from the injured reserve list, he might be one of them.
Ooh, interesting. Who do you think is the other one?
Devin White.
Devin White. Okay.
That was out of nowhere.
How about who is most likely to force a fumble?
I'm thinking Joe Tryon-Shoyinka with a rush around the edge, a strip sack. I think the Buccaneers might get some pressure on the Saints today. Again, they lead the league in giveaways.
And that leads right into the next one. How many sacks do you think the Bucs produce, and maybe by who?
The Bucs are averaging about 3 sacks a game, so I'll go with 3. And if Joe Tryon gets a strip sack, that means he's got a sack. So I'll stick with that prediction.
All right, and how about who do you think gets the first touchdown for the Bucs?
It will probably be Leonard Fournette. I think Chris Godwin makes a catch to get you down close to the line of scrimmage. Close to the goal line, and then Fournette punches in from 1 or 2 yards out.
Do you see over or under 250 passing yards for Tom Brady?
I think probably under. This is going to be a defensive game, and the Bucs are going to try to run the ball as much as possible. They may end up with a 350-yard total offense game, but probably not a huge amount of passing yards.
Okay, so then how many rushing yards do you think the Bucs end up with?
98, 100, something like that. Rashad White now has shown what he can do, and now that Leonard Fournette is back, you got that 1-2 punch. So it could be one of the Bucs' better rushing efforts of the year.
All right, so how about who you think is going to have the most receiving yards and most catches? Are they the same guy or 2 different guys?
Well, Chris Godwin's always your choice for most catches. He's such a high-value guy, but it could be anything on the yardage. Mike Evans makes 1 or 2 big plays. Marshawn Lattimore is not expected to play tonight, so, it could be catches for Godwin and yards for Evans.
All right, last one we'll sneak in here. Points prediction for the Bucs. How many do they score?
21, and they win.
And they win. I like it. Okay, well, we are going to close out this first pregame show. We are going to be back 2 more times with everything you need to know going into this game. And one big thing you need to know, especially on game days, is everything that the Bucs app can do for you. So check out this video to learn all about it. Hey Bucs fans, join the crew and make sure you have the latest version of the official app of the 2-time Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have some exciting features to keep you connected to your favorite team wherever you are. Personalize your experience by turning on notifications for breaking Bucs news, game day alerts, and promotions tailored to your needs. View exclusive streaming content, game highlights, play game day bingo, and more. Use the app to manage your season pass account and on game day get even more benefits. Access your secure digital tickets, view stadium maps to find the nearest concessions and restrooms, use your Bucs crew card and order food from your seats. Climb aboard, download the updated official Buccaneers app today.